in my hand. Okay, from scraping up your brains off the street, putting them in a bag, taking you to the coroner. Once the coroner give me the call, I can come pick you up. I come pick you up, clean you up, call my man in to embalm you. I dress you up, put you in the casket, service. To the cemetery we go, burial, covered, flowers, hug your mama. That was my job. Now, let me tell you something. I was trained specifically to find out how much money you had to spend and to spend it all for you, because I collected a 30% commission. So, if you had $20,000 funeral policy, insurance policy, it was my job to try to get you to spend $20,000. Okay? So if they taught me to do this, then I'm thinking they taught everybody to do this. Now, I had a hard time with this after I had made some money, because I say, man, this lady's husband just died, and I just spent $15,000 on his funeral, and she can't pay her mortgage next month. See, because that's what insurance is for, to help the surviving members keep on going after that family member is gone. Now, with GoFundMe, that's different, because that's not insurance. That's asking for help. But the bottom line to this situation is, y'all, funerals are a waste of money. Hear me and hear me well. There's no such thing as an airtight casket. I have put people in the ground. A year later, the family's moving to another state. They want to take that family member with them. I make it a point to tell them they cannot be present when we exhume the body. The reason for that is because that airtight casket that I sold you wasn't really airtight. And it's actually filled with water at this point. And your loved one is in there floating around in water, deceased as can be. Okay? Do we steal jewelry? No. The jewelry will be in there floating too, or if it done came off the bones. But it gets real fucked up underground. And I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada. We barely get any rain. So if caskets are filled with water in Nevada, then imagine how much water they got in Georgia or New Orleans. I'm telling you, funerals are a waste of money. Dead is dead. And you can do a decent homegoing if you know what you're doing and you're not dealing with shady people for $5,000 or less, depending on how overdramatic you're being. Because people in the funeral business are taught to take advantage of your emotions with a very, very plain look on our face, something like this. Yes, ma'am, I understand. It's going to be all right. Is that going to be credit or cash? I did this every day. I didn't care if it was your baby or your grandmama. My job was to get paid. So understand this. When you're dealing with funeral home people, okay? It's about that money. It's about that money. It's about that money. And these people collect 30% commission.
Hey, that's crazy. See, I always said it. I always told myself, I really don't want a funeral per se, because it's a business at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it's a business. And when anything is of business and it's attached to something, it's always profit at the end of the day. Not saying that's a bad thing, but the people that's involved in it, that's in that business, they become shady. They become greedy. They take advantage of the situation, especially emotions running wild in the time of funeral services or in those events. You know, you're mourning, you're full of emotion, and people take advantage because you need that. Your emotions is creating a need. I need for my loved one to be dressed. I need for my loved one to be in a nice casket. I need my loved one to be in an acceptable appearance when we put them in the ground. The key word is need. And anytime you need something in life, trust me, there's a business for every need that you have. Because if you need, you depend on it, you want it at that moment, and you're probably willing to pay anything just to have that need met. And in this case, a funeral, it is what it is. I always say, look, if I die, I don't like funerals. I've been to many funerals where people gossip about the person in the casket. People is gossiping about the people that's at the funeral. People are gossiping on a bunch of stuff, everyone talking about one another. I'm not saying this happens at every single funeral, but at least a lot of the ones I've went to, I've heard it. There's no support there. So I don't want a funeral. I don't want people gossiping about, even though I'm not there, I'm gone. I want a funeral. Cremate me. Take that life insurance money of 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 100,000, 250,000, whatever the amount is at the moment. Spend as little on me as possible and enjoy your life, because I'm no longer here. What you see, by me, my soul leaving this body, that's not me anymore. It's an empty vessel. It's an empty body. I'm not there. Nothing is there. So don't spend money on a dead corpse. Dead corpse if I'm gone. You're wasting your money. You're throwing money away. Invest that money. Do something good with it. So I always say cremate me. It's not that serious. It's a dead corpse at the end of the day. But hope this video helped you guys. Hey man, that funeral business is a shady business according to what that young man said. So